guys, and welcome back to my channel, Miss Crochet and Coffee. And yes, I still sound raspy, but I do have a voice now. I'm just not as loud. I'm gonna try to give you guys a whip and chat today. It might not be very long because, as you can tell, I'm still sick, but I feel a lot better. So thank you to everyone who reached out, and Daisy mooing apparently. Thank you for everybody who reached out to check on me to see if I was okay and everything. I am doing just fine. A couple of days of relaxing and drinking lots of tea out of my enormously big Hello Kitty cup. And Mr. Coffee peddling, rest and trying to get me to stop moving around, which didn't work, but he tried. Either way. Oh, my blanket. You're going to hear some noises back here. Don't worry about it. This is my business. I did receive a few packages while I was sick. One of my favorite ones was this. Now, you probably can't see it, but okay. So you're probably like, okay, what in the world is that? That is a flipper slipper. It's a heated slipper. You put your feet in there, and there's like something in there. You pull a cord out the back here. You plug it up, and it warms your feet. Thank you very much, Rachel Ray, for that. That's awesome. I've been using it every day. I'm surprised I haven't burnt it out yet for as much as I've been using. I've been laying on the couch like a zombie under my heated blanket with my flipper slipper. So thank you very much, Rachel. And then I also got this in the mail yesterday from Pawpaw. So yeah, I was gonna open it, and then I fell asleep, and then if you didn't see it, I hit 1,000 subscribers. So again, guys, thank you guys so much for that. I greatly appreciate it. If you continue watching, there's a little something in here for you guys in the end. So let's open this up. If you don't like the crunkling noise of the bag, mute your phone until you see me stop struggling with the bag. Get that out of here. Alright, so Pawpaw sent this to me because apparently I needed one. Apparently mine wasn't good enough. He didn't want me to continue balling on a budget, so he bought me a little Mod Podge roller, so thank you, Pawpaw, for that one. So now I have a Mod Podge roller to go over my diamond paintings with, which is actually pretty convenient. That's really nice. Here's a tutorial. You put it on there and you roll it. Roll. And that's the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye. I'm just joking. I'm joking. But yeah, little Mod Podge roller. So that apparently this wasn't good enough for Pawpaw. So he bought me a little roller. So thank you, Pawpaw. Alright. So what have you guys been up to? Let me tell you, being sick is never fun. But for me, especially when I lose my voice, it is awful. Let me just say that. It is just awful. Because I'm a talker, as you guys already know. I can talk your ear literally off your face. And so for me, not being able to talk has been horrendous. So like the last week or so has been awful for me. And I noticed last night I started feeling better. And then I woke up this morning feeling like death again. But I feel a little bit better now, at least long enough for me to give you guys a whip and chat. And the reason why I'm not working yet is because I'm trying to plug in my blanket. So I got my tea, I got my flipper slipper, my heated blanket, my little roller. Let's get to this, shall we? Now, you guys see me time-lapse this side of the diamond painting. And it's supposed to be this little lotus flower. So far, so good. I haven't really had any major issues working on it. The diamonds are actually really sparkly compared to most square diamonds I've ever worked with. I haven't had any problems with popping drills or anything like that. The diamonds all seem super clean and easy to use. I tried to make sure to keep it in frame yesterday, but from doing just that section, that's the trash I got so far, which isn't too horrendously bad for such a little painting. So now today we're going to try to work on this side. Yes, Laura, I can already hear you fussing. Don't worry, I'm working on those stupid koi fish. Stupid koi fish. I lost the whole bag of diamonds, so I had to request a new bag of diamonds. I did have some spares, but I'm pretty sure I probably won't have enough to finish it. And at this point, I don't want to look at those koi fish. I have been thinking about working on this one just to get it done because it's so little. It's only a 25 by 20. So I wanted to get it done. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to work on this one. So this is what I've been working on. You're going to hear me take sips of tea because if you want the whip and chat, let me have this, okay? Just let me have this. I miss coffee. That might have sounded like an introduction, but no, I miss my coffee. I haven't had coffee in like a week. I have had more tea than I care to enjoy. Not that I don't like tea, because it's like white ginseng tea with honey and lemon, so it's really good. But I'm not a tea drinker, so like I'm just kind of sitting here like I want my coffee. I just give me my coffee and step away. And I'm just going to pull off a small section today to see if I can get this part at least finished. You know what? No, forget it. Crapper, get off the pot, right? Right. Okay, so now I'm going to stick it back down to the table, because if you didn't notice, there's tape on it. And you're probably like, well, why'd you tape it to the table? Because this is my business. Find some business in mind. This is my business. I taped it to the table so it stopped moving around when I was trying to work on it. Alright, so what else did I get in? I also got in the mermaid pins. Now, they haven't been converted yet. Don't get too excited. I ordered the refills and the pins on the same day, thinking that they would leave on the same day, and one set of them did, and the other set didn't. And so I'm still waiting for the refills of the multi-placers for the mermaid drill pins, but as soon as I get those, I'll put those up for sale with a little note that this shipment of diamond painting pins will go towards helping out Wendy. So half of your purchase will go to helping out Wendy if you buy one of my pins. I'm trying to get some of this hair off of here. Yeah, it's gross, but this thing's happened. Don't judge me in my life choices. So yeah, like, I appreciate everyone who's reached out to me asking, you know, how can they help Wendy? And, you know, I've been trying to keep it up to date with, you know, how you can help. If you can't help, you know, financially by giving her money, or what have you, you can always offer her some kind words of encouragement. I see she did have a troll yesterday. Gonna get some washi tape. But I seen she did have a troll yesterday, and I thought she handled herself very well. I was very proud to see that, because me personally, if I ask for help and somebody has something negative to say, I'm wigging out. I understand not everybody understands her situation and would rather judge than try to understand. But when it comes to stuff like that, it's people like that that make you afraid to ask for help, because you're scared of what people are going to say or think. And we live in a world now where you have to question everything and anything you see, because you never know who's telling the truth or who's telling a lie. This woman is struggling. She poured her heart out for help, and all people have to say is, well, you have a nice pool. Well, so is she supposed to just sell the pool because she's going through hard times? They're already talking about selling the house. What more do you want from her? Her liver? God. So yeah, so I have no patience for people who apparently can't be understanding of someone like they've never been through the struggle themselves. I remember going through the struggle when me and Mr. Coffee first got married, and I was pregnant with our son. And I remember that Thanksgiving I had cereal because we didn't have any food in our house, and I wasn't talking to my parents at the time. I had, you know, I stopped talking to my parents for 7 years due to a situation that happened, and I only recently connected back with them a couple years ago. But at this time that I'm talking about, this was when when I was still pregnant with my son Orion, who's now going to be 8 here in a couple of weeks. And like, we literally had no food in our house. He was working 2 and 3 jobs to try to make, just to pay the bills. It's one of the reasons why we left Pennsylvania, because he was having to work 2 and 3 jobs. to make ends meet, and with the one job he has here, he can pay the bills plus more. So it was just a win-win for us to move, so we moved. You hearing Killian jumping around over here. What should I start with? And I don't want to put washi tape over here because it is nice because the key gives you the number, the symbol, and the DMC. And then the bag gives you the number and the DMC. So say if you're looking for letter P, P as in Paul, it says it's number 24. So you just pick up bag 24. So I do like that about this. I did order a couple more canvases from their $9.97 sale that they had last weekend. But apparently those ones are coming from China. So yeah, if I would have known that when I bought them. When these companies say they are in the U.S., you're expecting them, to be in the U.S., and I kind of forget, a lot of these companies that are U.S. based will, outsource to China and then have it shipped here and then go through all that hubbub. So I was just kind of like, I was a little irritated, and then I was like, it's because you're sick. We should just sit down somewhere. So I got over it real quick. But so far, they seem like a pretty legit company. I've talked to the lady, Jen. She seems really nice and believe me, whenever I order a canvas from someone, especially one of these, Facebook places, I'm constantly checking in on it. Where is it at? What's taking it so long? Because if you're US based, I don't feel that it should take 7 weeks to process and get it out to me. So she's been very kind and nice in answering questions. So I do appreciate that part. I love good customer service. It's one of the reasons why I love Diamond Art Club. Speaking of Diamond Art Club, I see that a lot of people are working on Diamond Art Club right now, and that's so awesome. I love seeing it. I was asked to be a part of an ambassador group, I guess, for a new diamond painting company coming out. If you haven't heard, I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can actually see what I'm doing here. Maybe not. We're just going to... Hold on, we're adjusting you. There we go. I will be an ambassador, essentially, for a new company coming out called Dreamer Designs. They're a new US-based company out of Los Angeles. Apparently, they had an ad out, and one of my subscribers alerted me to the ad, and they're like, hey, why don't you try this out? Because you guys know I love me a good US company, so I was like, oh, okay, I'll try them out. From first glance, they look like Diamond Art Club and Diamond Dots had a baby, and they created Dreamer Designs. So I was like, oh, okay, then let's, because I won't associate myself with companies, or I try not to, that steal images. So I'm like, are all your images licensed and all that fun jazz, like giving them the complete, I gotta check you over before I attach my name to you, because if I attach my name to you and you turn out to be a crap company, I'm gonna be mad. I pride myself on only finding good companies, and they have proper licenses for all their stuff. They do. I'm pretty sure they pay their artists. They do have artists that they buy work from, and then the rest of their images are purchased and have the correct licensing. Obviously they're not going to just pull out the license and be like, well, here's the licenses for all of our stuff. No, the lady just said so. I'm not sure if the lady is an advertising rep or one of those people that they hire to help build your social media presence, or if she actually works for the company, legit works for Dreamer Designs and is not a paid to hire type person. But her name is Kaylin. I think her name is Kaylin. It's either Kaylin or Caitlin. One of the K's. I don't know. Talked to her a few times. I checked out that they should be launching their new website February 3rd or the 13th or something. I'll have all the information on here. But I was asked to be an ambassador for helping them, spread the good word of their new canvases. And I was like, I don't have a problem with that. And then, of course, most companies that I talk to, they ask the age-old question, are you affiliated with Diamond Art Club? And I'm like, no, but as you can tell from my channel, if you have a good product, I will continuously buy from you. I'm not going to sit there and buy from a crap company and waste money when I know there's good companies out there. Like, I'd rather save my money for something good than to just go spend it all willy-nilly on something stupid. So they had to make sure to ask a couple of times, are you affiliated with Diamond Art Club? And I'm like, no, I'm not affiliated. Even though Diamond Art Club no longer has an affiliation program, I was like, no, I'm not affiliated with Diamond Art Club. I just really like their products. They have great customer service. That's a company, most of these diamond painting companies should strive to be. And she goes, we strive to be that and better. And, they're, looking to be the next big thing in the U.S. for shipping and canvases and everything else. And so I was like, you know what? I'll jump on the bandwagon. I'm like, but I'm bringing somebody with me. So I brought Redneck Beauty with me. So I'm pretty excited about that. Because it's like my first official, like, hey, somebody contacted me to, help them spread the word about their stuff and their quality of their canvases and stuff. Because as you guys know, I'm not a review channel. I don't do like, I don't do in-depth reviews like Abstract Crafter or Diamond Painting by Donnie. Like, I don't have a scorecard that I pull out whenever I'm doing my canvases because, me personally, I don't give a crap about a score. I just want to know if it's a good canvas and, if there's bubbles or rivets, how do they package it? Like, I want to know the basic stuff. Like, are you guys like that too? Like, you see that scorecard come out and you're like, oh, sweet Lord and baby Jesus. No, not the scorecard. I'm not a big fan of scorecards because when you buy a canvas, and this is just my opinion. If you have a different opinion, that's cool. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But when you get these products, I don't think you can properly score them unless you actually work on the canvas. And a lot of these, places will give you a product that looks good, but anything can look good from the outside. It's not until you start working on it that you realize, oh, okay, well, this isn't as good as I thought. Yeah. And then when you pull out a scorecard, I want to know who in real life, buys a product and then pulls out a scorecard and goes, I highly enjoyed this. I, would definitely buy it again. No, nobody pulls out a scorecard in real life. I don't have time for scorecards. Now, to those who do the scorecards, that's not saying that, you shouldn't do the scorecards. You do your thing, boo-boo. Me, personally, I ain't pulling out no freaking scorecard. I don't care enough about it to pull out a scorecard and be like, this gets an 8 out of 5 or 5 out of 8. I'm bad at math. I'm sick. Leave me alone. Mind your business. So, yeah, like, I don't expect companies to, like, contact me and ask me, hey, would you mind testing our product? I mean, I have had some, and I've turned them down because, no, you're not going to... Essentially, what they're doing, how I feel they're doing this, they're trying to pay you for a good review. And I'm sorry. And I even told the lady at, the Dreamer Designs place, if this is your way to pay for a good review, you came to the wrong person. I'm like, if you would like me to try out your canvas, work it up, see how it works up, because from the looks of it, it looks like a Diamond Art Club canvas or a Diamond Dots canvas. And so I was like, if you'd like me to work it up, since I do work pretty quick, I'll work it up, tell them about my experience, move on with my life. Like, that's, yeah. Because, you can review it all day, but unless you put diamond to stick tack, there's no true way of knowing if the canvas quality is good unless you actually work on it. And seeing as how I've seen I've seen what their canvases are going to look like, but I haven't really seen anybody actually work on one because they're still new, so they haven't came out with any yet that somebody can work on. But until you get that diamond on that pasting area and you start working on it, you don't know whether or not it's going to be a good canvas to work with. You don't know if it's going to have good diamond quality. I mean, because how many of these companies tell us that they have the best quality, and then you go to work on their stuff and it's full of holes and knobbly bits. I mean, poor Rachel, she had her I think she's working on her custom of her puppy Luna. Or I guess Luna's not a puppy, but all dogs are puppy to me, okay? But she's working on her custom, and it had so many knobbly bits on it that she could barely work on it. And I was just like, there's no way. I don't have the temperament for like something like that and to just let that go. And then I seen Who It Can does have a group on Facebook, and they monitor, what you put up there and everything. And they put up a post saying that, from February 4th until the 11th, processing on AliExpress is going to be super freaking slow. So for those of you who like to constantly order stuff off AliExpress, I advise you to do it now, because they go on vacation on the 4th. And apparently, I guess from the sounds of it, they have like a skeleton crew. And so if you don't get it before then, you're going to kind of be SOL. Excuse me. So I actually might run out of diamonds here, folks. Guess you'll have to wait and see. So I'll be helping this Dreamer Design place, get the word out about their campuses, which again, I don't have a problem doing, but you can't just get something a good review from just looking at it. You got to actually work on it and work it up and see how the diamond quality is. And you can't tell the diamond quality through looking through a bag. You can look at the base layer, but you can't get in depth unless you're like in that bag working on these canvases. I mean, because I've looked at bags of diamonds and went, oh, this is going to be good quality. And then you open it up and the whole inside of the bag is nothing but a bunch of holes and half diamonds and chipped diamonds. And yeah, so I guess we will have to wait and see. But as soon as, all that fun jazz starts, I'll let you guys know and show you. So like Captain's Log Day 1. The day I got sick, I felt something happening to my throat, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I'm not a big person on medicine or doctors. I don't like the doctors. I don't like medicine. If I can avoid taking it, I will. Alright, so we're going to do a little experiment, essentially. We're going to test the glue on this canvas, seeing as how I just put all those diamonds in the wrong place. Yeah, I did that. Don't judge me. I'm sick. I chalk it up to the sickness. Anyways, so let's see if it'll re-stick diamonds after having all those ones pulled up. Yep. Alright, we're in business, folks. Don't worry, I made sure I get the right color. I checked it twice. 27. So, I don't remember what I was talking about. Either way. I hope you guys liked Mindful Monday. It was a lot of fun making that. That was actually, I want to say, an hour or so's worth of scratch art. And since I haven't been able to talk, it was really nice to just sit down and scratch at it for a while and watch all the colors come out. It's really fun, and I'm hoping that, it helped a lot of people. I got exactly the reaction I wanted, which made me feel really good, because I wanted it to be something that was relaxing. And whether it be the music or actually watching me scratch at it, I essentially got almost every comment was about how relaxing it was. And so, again, I thank you guys for, watching the video. I'm glad you liked it. I will make sure to have more. They won't all be time lapses. Some of them I will talk. Most of them will probably be time lapses, because I like hearing the music. And it won't always be the same music. But when I asked the question in the group about, what sounds and stuff you guys like to hear, a lot of people said jazz. So I had to find some jazz music that was just instrumental to put over it. And I'm glad I found the music I did, because it just fits so perfectly with it. So again, thank you guys for, watching that. I'm having a Rachel Ray moment right now where the sun is escaping me, and I just turned the light off because the sun was beaming into my eyeball. And now all of a sudden it wants to go away. Freaking stupid sun. We don't get much sun here apparently in North Dakota whenever it's wintertime. A lot of the times it's gray outside. So Mr. Sun might poke his head in and out. He's prairie dogging. The sun is prairie dogging right now. So if you don't know what prairie dogging is, it's coming in and out or something. Usually it's referring to poop. But in this instance, we're talking about the sun people. Don't be gross. So yeah, so it's nice to be able to have my voice back again. Mr. Coffee was trying to kill me. Uh, have you ever tried to have an argument with your spouse without being able to talk? Yeah, it's not fun. I went to go yell, and I'm pretty sure I hurt myself. And then when I was alerted to the fact that I was at 1,000 subscribers, I did hurt myself because I yelled. And the key component here is not to yell, especially when you're getting over something like tonsillitis or laryngitis or any of those itises. You don't want to yell. You don't want to strain your vocal cords. So the fact that I started hooting and hollering literally until it hurt didn't help me out. And I felt it this morning when I woke up. And again, I couldn't talk. This is probably like my third cup of tea. But I promised you guys a nice long whipping chat. So I was like, yeah, I need to get on that. I don't like breaking promises. I don't break promises to my kids, and I ain't breaking promises to you guys. So don't worry though, I'm fine. I feel fine now. My throat's a little scratchy, but we can make it through. And again, it just means I'm not so loud. Which to some probably is a good thing. So yeah, so again, thank you guys. I cannot believe I hit 1,000 subscribers already. I've only been doing this for like 4 months. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Miss Crochet and Coffee. I promise I don't sound this way all the time. Or maybe I do. I don't freaking know what my voice sounds like. But I hit 1,000 subscribers and I didn't know what to think. When I started my channel, it was just a way for me to be able to leave something for my daughter, which for those of you who don't know, my oldest daughter still lives in Pennsylvania with her father, and it was by her choice. So, I'm waiting for that one person to be like, your daughter doesn't even want to live with you. Yeah, well, mind your business. No, she didn't want to leave her grandmother, who was just recently widowed right before we moved. So I told her she could stay with her dad and, help watch over her grandmother. So she stayed with her dad, and, though it was heartbreaking for me to make the decision to actually leave, it was what was best for the other 2 little kids. And she wanted them to have their dad in their lives like she has her dad. So, and she's a big daddy's girl anyways. So I made the channel for her, so at any point in time, if she wanted to learn how to do a crochet stitch, if she wanted to learn about a new craft, if she just wanted to hear her mom's voice, if she wanted to see her mom's face, she had a way to see me and or hear me, if I'm busy or she can't contact me for any reason. And so I posted in the group the screenshot of her sending me that she was proud of me, and that there made this whole thing worth it. When again, between her and my dad, because this is the furthest away from my dad I've ever been, even though we were not talking there for about 7 years, he was still close by. He was only an hour away. I just didn't talk to him. But this way too, he has references and, can go back, and me and my dad were close, so it's only not surprising that Maggie and Mr. Coffee are close, and Orion and me are close, and Minna's close with her dad. Minna's also closer with, Mr. Coffee than she is with me, because it's Mr. Coffee and everybody loves Mr. Coffee. He's a butthole sometimes, but everybody still loves him. He tried to kill me with all this rest and, trying to get me to stop moving around. I'm like, I have a life to live. And in my mind, I still have it that I'm a single parent. I was a single parent for 4 years while he worked up here. And I had to do everything by myself no matter how I was feeling. And so in my mind, this cold shouldn't knock me on my butt so hard that I can't get up and take care of the kids, or I can't get up and, do whatever. So I tried my best to escape him, and then he would do really spiteful, petty stuff. Like the one day he went to the store, I was in somebody's live. Can't remember whose live I was in. I was half asleep through all of the lives I've been in lately. I'm sorry. I've been so tired, but I want to show my support for my fellow YouTubers. So if I was in your live recently, I was probably half asleep. I do apologize, but I'm sick. And apparently it's partly the flu, and then partly this tonsillitis thing. I think I said laryngitis earlier, but it's tonsillitis. So I did go see the doctor finally, and he was just kind of like, you know, you need to have rest and relaxation. Did you get a flu shot? And I'm like, no, I didn't, because I didn't want to die, because the last time I got one, I almost died. So I was like, yeah, no, thank you. Keep your virus to yourself. So I'm not a big fan of the flu shot, and I'm like, just give it a couple of days, it'll go away. You don't need medicine for everything. You know, let my body get stronger, because, you know, there can only be one Highlander. I was like making that joke because I drive a Toyota Highlander, and my license plate says the Mrs. One, and everybody's like, you know, what's that about? And I'm like, well, my husband always says I'm the Mrs., and there can only be one Highlander. For those of you who don't know what that is, it used to be an old TV show. So yeah, it's also hard when you can't talk, trying to discipline children. I learned that one. That's fun. When you sound funny and your children keep calling you grandma, or they won't give you peace. Like Maggie so badly wanted to play this weekend, and I was so tired. I couldn't do it, and I like would try to get her to sit down and watch TV with me. I'm like, make me suffer through Mickey Mouse Clubhouse at this point. I don't care. Please just don't make me move. And I've been waking up with like, there's nothing worse on this planet than waking up with a migraine, especially if you went to bed with one and then you woke up with one. Oh my gosh, no, I hate it. It's like one of the worst things on the planet. So like I woke up and I'm just like, I feel like death. Death has come and sat with me and said, hey, how's it going? We're just gonna hang out today. Okay. Most people have anxiety. I get death. So I'm sitting there trying to like help Mr. Coffee out, and I'm still doing my everyday routine. Like I'm still getting the kids off to school. I'm still walking dogs when I need to, because I'll walk the dogs in the morning and then he'll walk them for the rest of the day, even though he hates it, but he's still going to do it. I'll walk him for the rest of the day, and he'll be like, you know, why didn't you just wake me up? Why didn't you just mind your business? Let me have this. It's the only peace I get before he comes out, and he's, you know, are you okay? No. Do you need anything? No. Do you want to go back to sleep? Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. So yeah, that's been like the last week. And then I've been fussing with him because I want to buy winter clothes. And you know, okay, this is how you know you live in a different part of the U.S. Because when I lived in Pennsylvania, I never had a winter coat. I mean, it would get cold in Pennsylvania, don't get me wrong. Like, we would get snow and stuff. But the clothes I had matched my outfits. And essentially, I had enough to keep me warm. And I was never really outside long enough to get cold. I had awesome neighbors, or I had an awesome neighbor. His wife was kind of, you know, the B word. But I had awesome neighbors, and my one neighbor guy would go out and shovel snow and stuff for me every once in a while. And so I didn't really have a need for a whole winter jacket or anything like that. So moving up here, I never bought winter clothes because I was like, well, if it's going to be like the winter in, you know, Pennsylvania, I don't really need to go out and buy a whole new jacket. I have a nice long brown suede jacket. I don't really need a bigger jacket. Well, I lied. I need a bigger jacket. But instead of buying a bigger jacket, I just stole one of Mr. Coffee's work jackets. Funniest thing on the planet, because then now everybody asks me, is his job hiring? And I'm like, I don't freaking know. Why would I know? And they're like, you're wearing his jacket. I'm like, oh, so I can't wear a jacket without you being all up in my business about my financials and my employment situation? Like, leave me alone. Jesus. Good gravy. Let me have this. I'm just cold, people. So, yeah. And then I told him, like, I don't do thermals. I don't like thermals. I hate them so much. It's hard enough to put on pants. But now you want me to put on thermals on top of that? Like, seriously? I can't even. I can't. And yesterday, he needed my help with getting his work truck because his work truck has been in the shop. So he needed to go drive to go get it. So I had to drive and follow him to his job to drop off the truck that he borrowed from work while his was in the shop, and then drive him to get his work truck, which is not a big deal. You know, I drove him to go get his work truck, but it's cold yesterday, and I'm sorry, but the weatherman here sucks because, you know, I don't know how you can sit there with a straight face and go, with a high of -4. How's that? What about that says high? I think you got the wrong, interpretation of what high means. High means like, not in the negatives. You can't say something negative is high. Tea break. So you're like, yeah, -4 is the temperature for today. And I'm like, you have lost your mind. Did you fall on your head as an infant? Like, that's not a high. That's a low. And you're like, low of -10. Why do you hate my life and all of its choices, weatherman? This man hates me so much. Like, I kind of want to call into the radio station and ask, why is this weather here so disrespectful? Like, it is straight up disrespectful. And it's not bad when it's not windy. But then when it is windy, it's never like 2-mile-an-hour winds. No. 8 to 15 is the average here. So then you're constantly in a wind tunnel whenever you go outside. And I made the joke to somebody. I was like, don't wear no wigs here. You better have some good pins, because you wear a wig here, it's blowing straight off. You'll find it up in Canada somewhere. Yeah, we live that close to Canada. So he's like, you might want to put on thermals. It's cold out. I was fussing with him yesterday because he hates taking the dogs out. But it's like the only thing he really has to do in the house. And I didn't understand why it was such a big deal for him. He's like, I just don't like going out in the cold. I'm like, well, you're the one that likes the cold, and you're the one that wanted to get rid of the dog walker originally, and you'd walk the dogs, and you were so big and bad until now it comes time to walk the dogs, and then all of a sudden you don't want nothing to do with the dogs. Unfortunately for you, I'm not getting rid of my dogs. And so we were fussing back and forth about that. And he's like, well, we gotta go get my work truck. You're gonna probably want to put on thermals. It's cold out. Now, the outfits that I have are still the ones from Pennsylvania. Like, I haven't bought any really new clothes. Like, I think I've bought one shirt since I've moved to North Dakota. And it's my Mondays got me feeling like, and it's Snoopy laying on his doghouse. That's like the only piece of article of clothing I've bought for myself. Why? Because I hate shopping. That's why. Mind your business. I hate shopping because when you're as tall as me, which for those of you who are new and don't know, I'm 6'1". Yeah, you heard right. My mom's a tree. So I'm sitting there and you go into a store. All right, cool. Most women are like between 5'5", 5'7", maybe a little bit taller, maybe a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit wider. All right, fine. But you're not 6'1". So being 6'1", when you try to go find, say, a shirt, like a long sleeve shirt, because I love sweaters, try to go find a sweater that fits the arm span of a woman that's 6'1". That's 6 feet 1 inch for those of you who, don't know what 6'1" is. Trying to find clothes is like trying to find Waldo on a world map, especially when you're super duper tall. So all pants in stores are capris. All long sleeve shirts or sweaters are, all long sleeve shirts and sweaters essentially are 3/4 length sleeves, because no. So I hate shopping, and I don't shop online for clothes because, I was taught better than that. Because I'm so tall, you're gonna buy something that looks like it, it's gonna fit you, and then you get it, and it's for a baby doll. So yeah, I don't buy offline unless I don't. But my rule of thumb is if I can't try it on before I buy it, I'm not buying it. That goes with shoes as well, because being 6 foot tall, you have a big foot. So like at 6 foot tall, I wear a size 11. Yeah, don't clutch those pearls too hard. You're gonna rip them right off your neck. I've been this height for as long as I can remember. I don't have a good memory, so it doesn't say much. So like imagine being in like 8th grade and being like a really tall, skinny, gangly girl. Like it wasn't fun. It was not fun. And for those people who said, I wish I was taller. No, you don't. Shut up, sit down. No. Because being tall isn't fun. Where, you can reach all the stuff on the shelves. You can too being small, but you can also buy clothes in, stores in your size. You don't have to like feel like some kind of Loch Ness monster and order them offline and hope that they fit when they come in. Not that I hate being tall. I like being tall, but it's a pain in the butt sometimes, especially when like you go into a store that has like low hanging decorations and they act like people of your height aren't ever going to come in there. So then you're busting your face on like lanterns and stuff. We have a bookstore in town here that has like a bunch of like model airplanes and stuff that hang from the ceiling. And I'm like, so y'all just weren't expecting anybody 6 foot tall or higher coming here? I'm just saying, because I've been assaulted by Raggedy Ann and Air Force One over here. So you might want to fix these decorations up real quick, because yeah, it's pretty disrespectful that Raggedy Ann is just sitting on my head while I'm trying to read a children's book to my kid. So yeah, so being tall, it's not fun. Not all the time. Now it is when people try to throw stuff in the trash and you just kind of spike it and throw it at them. Stuff like that's fun, but like normal everyday life stuff, like I used to have a little Nissan Versa, which is a teeny tiny little car. I look like a clown, like a circus clown coming out of that car, because it's a teeny tiny car and then you have this 6 foot tall woman coming out of the car. Yeah, I was Bozo the Clown. Which is another reason why I was like, yeah, in order to get me to move, you got to buy me a new car first. Because I'm not coming to North Dakota in that tiny little car. So, luckily, I got a new car before we moved. And for those of you that are going, oh, you just sound like a spoiled brat. Well, I am. Mind your business. Can't spell spoiled without oil. Anyways. So yeah, so I don't like buying clothes, and I've been bugging Mr. Coffee to buy, a winter jacket and some boots and stuff. Because I wear a pair of his old work boots because I don't really ever go anywhere. He grocery shops. I pick up the kids, but if he's home, I make him pick up the kids. So yeah, like, oh, okay. So let's see, what is that doing? So in that short period of time, I got all that stuff, put back on there. So that's good. So hopefully you guys are working with me. You're not making me work by myself while you're just sitting there staring at my weird hand going back and forth. I did get my nails done. They are the Atlantis by Color Street. I'm not the biggest fan of them, to be honest. I thought I'd like them more, but apparently I'm not sure if I got a bad batch or what. But from the moment I put them on, I've replaced at least each nail at least twice. I'm not sure what's going on with them or why, but they're cracking off really easily. Like, they're really paper thin compared. Like, this isn't normal Color Street quality. They are paper thin, and it's really irritating. So I contacted them to let them know that, it's peeling off. Like, this is thinner than my patient's. Like, it's peeling off. And so they ask you to send them pictures, and I'm like, I don't know how to send you pictures of me having to replace them. I don't know how to send you pictures of, the fact that I did replace them. And you guys know I've been sick, and Mr. Coffee hasn't really been letting me do anything. He even took, the other day, my wax and my pencil from my scratch art so I wouldn't do anything while he went to the store. Like, he's been pure evil. He hates my life and everything it's about. So, like, it's not like I've been doing anything. I've been laying on the couch sleep or blowing my nose or any of the nasty cold stuff that we do. So to sit there and be like, send us a picture of the problem. Can I send you a picture of my angry face? Like, okay. So I send them a picture of my nails, and they're like, send a picture in good light. So I go outside, and they're like, too much light. We need a different picture. I'm like, okay, y'all about to come to my house and look at these things, because at this point, I'm not taking any more pictures. So they finally get a picture that was good enough for them, and I have to wait to hear back from them. I'm thinking they're going to replace the ones I got, because I'm guessing it was a bad batch. Because normally Color Streets aren't as thin as these were. And like literally I put them on, and not 2 seconds later did they just like start cracking. And I'm like, oh no, yeah, this isn't going to work. Especially since I was just, again, laying on the couch. I recorded those 2 videos that I posted Thursday and Friday, I believe it was. Recorded those right before I got sick. And like I said, I knew something was coming on. And so I recorded those videos, and then after those videos, I put the nails on. Yeah, so it's not like I did anything, strenuous. And we didn't essentially cook all weekend. We had a lazy weekend because I was sick. I wasn't going to eat anything. He made soup, and I couldn't even eat that. I'm still not able to eat full meals just quite yet. I don't know if that's just being sick or like just losing my appetite, because that happens every once in a while, where I'll just lose my appetite and I won't get that hungry, so I'll eat like 2 or 3 bites of something, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm done. It's a good way to stay in shape. I wouldn't suggest it. But yeah, so I go yesterday, and I'm bouncing back and forth between tangents. Try to keep up, people. Okay. Cool. So I go to get dressed yesterday, and I start going on and on again about, I need to buy winter clothes and stuff. And Mr. Coffee is just kind of like, well, why don't you just do it? Because that means I have to get up out of the house. Because going to buy clothes isn't just looking at clothes and going, ooh, okay, this will fit. I want this. Yeah, no. You got to try stuff on. Look at it in a mirror. Turn around. You got to squat down to make sure that they're not too tight to the point where you can see your heart beating your thighs. Like, you got to make sure like everything's in there properly. You got to make sure it doesn't give you a muffin top. Even though I like muffin tops, I like the food, like the blueberry ones, because now I'm thinking about Sherry, because Sherry likes blueberries. But I'm thinking about like, there's so many things you got to do just to buy clothes. Like, you don't just go into a store like I'm not a man. I don't just go into a store and go, I need jeans, and come out with one pair of jeans. No. I go into a store and says, I'm going to look around, and then $700 later, then I have a whole new wardrobe. So like that's women. That's what we do. So he's just kind of, waiting for me to go get new clothes, and I'm like, I don't feel like it. I'll fuss about needing them, but then when it comes time to go get them, I'm like, I'll get them later. I'm a procrastinator. What can I say? Don't judge me. So yeah, so it's been weird, and I'm trying to discipline my kids the other day, and I think it was Maggie. She kept acting up, and they do this whenever I get sick. They'll act up because they think that mommy can't get to them, but they forgot. Mommy has that look, that one good eye that your mom used to give you when you were at church or in the store and you were doing something you weren't supposed to. Yeah, you know the look. All mommy's got to do is give them the look. Oh, look at that. It's snowing outside again. That's refreshing. But no, all I got to do essentially is give them that look of, you're not supposed to be doing that. And they usually stop. So they got the look yesterday. Or not yesterday. They got the look a couple of days ago because Maggie was sitting at the dinner table and she was, playing instead of eating. Then she starts throwing stuff at her brother. And I threw a roll of toilet paper at her because I had a roll of toilet paper sitting over here next to me because I ran out of tissues. So I threw the roll of toilet paper at her and I just gave her a look, and she like, Mommy, I'm scared. And I can't say nothing because I don't have a voice, and all I can think is real hard. I'm like, I know you can hear me. If you don't stop cutting up, I'm coming over there. Like, I say it like she could hear me. And in my mind, she heard me because she stopped acting up and went back to eating her food. But all you gotta do is give them that one good eye that says, you better sit your tail down and stop it. And they just sit down. So yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna take a few minutes break to let my voice rest. Don't worry, I won't touch it until I come back. But for you guys, it's just gonna be a blip. But yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I promise. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I gotta let it rest for a little bit. It's still not 100%. Okay, give me this. And I had to refresh my teeth. So yeah, but I do remember one of the lives I was in this weekend. That's right, folks. Right back into it. One of the lives I was in was for Jennifer Roberts. I just recently discovered her. Okay, so this is weird. I didn't recently discover her. Apparently, I've been subscribed to her for a while. But I don't know if she just hasn't been putting out videos or what exactly. But I happened to get a notification that, somebody I'm subscribed to went live. I went to go check it out. It was Jennifer Roberts. Let me just say, coolest chick on the planet. She's like a therapist or something. It's really cool. Love her. Prayers go out to her right now because if I remember correctly, her husband's in the hospital. So, you guys, if you are subscribers of hers, go check her out. She's really awesome. She makes you think, which is why I like her. I like funny people, which is, of course, why I love Wendy. and Stitcherista and stuff like that. But she makes you think about stuff. So I was like watching her like whole little marriage thing with Mr. Coffee, and he's like looking at me, and I'm like, what? And he goes, are we back in counseling again? I'm like, yes. So yeah, but I was having a really good conversation with her and Gone Off My Meds and a few other people that were in the chat about I guess she's trying to adopt, which I find very noble. When you want to adopt a child that isn't yours and take care of it. Right now, my parents are taking care of my sister's kids. That's another story for another day. But I always find it noble when people would, want to adopt, and whatever her reasoning is, I'm not sure, and it's not my business. So whatever her reasoning is, I think it's very noble of her to want to adopt. She was saying about they essentially ask you a bunch of questions about adopting the child. And one of the questions was, what kind of shampoo would you use? And they're like, if you got an ethnic child, Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, look at these. Sorry, I can't help it. But if you got like a black child or whatever, what kind of shampoo would you use to shampoo the child's hair with? And I'm like, what kind of questionnaire is this? I mean, don't get me wrong, I love my kids. But if they would have given, like, a normal parent, like, if she would have given birth to this kid, like, imagine giving birth to a child and then having somebody hand you a questionnaire asking you what kind of shampoo would you put in your child's hair. How many of you would have no kids? I'm just saying, no, I wouldn't have kids. My kids are black and white, okay? All three of them, black and white. You don't like it? Suck it up, Buttercup. It's 2019. Yeah, I almost said 18, but, whatever. It's 2019. Get over yourself. But I have interracial kids. My husband's white. I'm black, obviously. If you couldn't tell by the black hand you've been staring at for like the last 52 minutes. So I'm like, in my aspect, I'm like, okay, I have mixed kids. So ask me that question and I'll tell you, I don't freaking know. I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know nothing about sunscreen either. And I remember the first time my daughter brought home a slip saying that they were going on a field trip at school and she needed to bring sunscreen. You know how embarrassing it is to have to ask one of my friends, what exactly sunscreen do I need for a mixed kid? I've never used sunscreen before. Normally I'm not outside enough to get burnt. I do tan, I guess. Yes, it's a weird concept. I'm like what I like to consider chameleon, which means I get really dark in the summer and then I lighten back up in the wintertime. And my kids do the same thing. My kids look Puerto Rican in the winter and then they look like normal black kids in the summer. Like, I'm not sure how this happens or why it happens, but it is what it is. So when it came to the talk about, all the questions she had to answer, I'm like, seriously, I wouldn't have kids. I'm like, so in my aspect, I'd be like, so do I put, and I'd lose the kids just strictly on the fact that I'd give smart answers. Like, what kind of shampoo would you use? I don't know. Black shampoo on one side, white shampoo on the other side. I don't know. Like, my kids all have weird hair. Their hair textures aren't the same. My daughter Menna has like the curliest hair on the planet. She looks like Troy Polamalu from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Maggie, she has her dad's hair. It's long and flowy and feathered, and it's wavy when it wants to be, and then it's super curly on other days. So, like, yeah. And then Orion, he has a mix of the two. Like, I'm not sure what happened to him. I told everybody I ran out of curly toner because they went from extremely curly to light curl to a basic, like, wave curl with the kids. So apparently I was running out of curly toner, so that's how I know I can't have any more children at this point. And I was like sitting there thinking about it after our live chat, and I'm like, seriously, I think right now, as it stands, I still don't know what shampoo to use on my kids' hair. Whatever makes their hair not smell like hot cheese. I don't know. Like, could you imagine having to answer a questionnaire for your kid before they'll allow you to take it? I can't imagine. So I give her mad props for, wanting to adopt and, excuse me, for wanting to adopt and like going through the whole questionnaire thing. Because again, I couldn't answer half the questions that she had to answer for her kid. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, she just had to recently, I want to say the live chat was Sunday. She had 2 live chats. Go check them out. They were pretty fun. She tells a lot of good stories. Or if you happen to message her, ask her about pizza. I laughed so hard it hurt. So yeah, just ask her, how much does she love pizza? See if you get a chuckle out of her. She could probably use a good laugh right now with her husband being sick. That has to be scary for her. So yeah, like having to answer questions to get a kid, like it's essentially like when you adopt a dog. Not saying that children are dogs. Don't start being extra and petty. No hashtag petty. You have to answer all the questions and everything else, and for a lot of people that turns them away from wanting to adopt a dog, and they'd rather just then go buy it from a breeder or a puppy mill or something, because then they don't have to answer any questions. It's, hey, you want this dog? Give me money. Okay, here's the money, here's the dog, let buy it. When it comes to adoption, especially when it comes to kids, you can't do that with kids. Like, you can't just go find somebody that's popping out baby somewhere in the middle of an alley and you're like, give me that baby, here's some money, all right, this is my baby now. Like, there's paperwork involved. That's what I tell them, at least whenever they won't eat their dinner. And I'm like, are you trying to die? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, there's paperwork involved with you, so I have to feed you so that you survive and live. So you need to, like, eat your dinner. It works. Whatever works. It works. But it's been a crazy time in my house because of me not being able to talk, or at least not being able to talk for long periods of time, because like then my kids seem to think that they run the house because there's nobody yelling and telling them to sit down or stop jumping. Daddy will just sit and listen and then look at me like, what? I'm like, can you please tell your children to stop acting like wild animals? So where I couldn't talk, I would have to like whisper or write something down for him to tell them to stop yelling and screaming. Or I'd go take one of Maggie's stuffed animals and just go chuck it at him. I'm a great mom. Like, she has this big SpongeBob. And so whenever they act up and I can't physically talk, I'll just go grab the big SpongeBob and chuck it at whichever kid is misbehaving. And then give them the eye, and then they know what that means. And then I make them go put the toy back. It's better than getting the switch off the tree like, some people had to do when they were little, okay? I didn't have to get a twitch. Or a stitch. I didn't have to go get a twitch off the tree. I had to go, or a twig, I guess. I had to go get Bertha, the big black belt. So, yeah, it's better than that. Which, don't start the whole, like, discussion on discipline. I don't care what your viewpoint is. I know mine, and we're just going to leave it at that. It's like, we're going to put that in the realm of politics and religion. We're just not going to go there. Excuse me. So, yeah. So I did catch a couple of live chats. I think I was in Stephanie's, but again, I'm pretty sure I was asleep through a lot of lives. I know I popped up in one of Rachel's live chats, and they were talking about books. I'm not going to say what type of books, but we're just going to say books. I'm a big cheesy romance novel type girl, and I've never mentioned it before because I always forget until somebody brings it up. I published a book a few years ago, and yeah, you can buy it. It's called In My Dreams. It's sold on Amazon as an ebook. When I published it, I had a lot of problems. Well, there's a really bad drill. Got a big old hole in the middle. Gotta put that right there. I had a lot of problems when I went to go publish my book. I, sent it to what I thought was a trustworthy editor, but then the editor had the book for 2 months and I hadn't heard anything back yet. And here the editor was trying to pass my work off as his. And I was on a deadline from Amazon, because you have to give them a deadline when you set it up. You give them a deadline as to when it's going to be released. So I was under a deadline, and by the time he gave it back to me, it was literally the day before the deadline. I had to go through this whole process of calling lawyers and everything else to get the book back, finally get it back. And then I had this 24-hour deadline to read this entire book. Now, it might not sound hard because it's not a long book. And I worked very hard on it. It took me 5 years to write the book. But the editor decided that it was such a good book that he wanted to steal the idea and enhance it. and because he liked the concept of it. And I was like, yeah, that's not happening. Like, I'm not gonna let you just steal 5 years of my life because you want to make a book. So I, got the book back and I published it. So when I published it, I didn't realize how many errors were in the book still. Like, he never touched it editing wise. So there were so many errors in the book. I was so upset. And though there were so many errors, I did get a lot of positive feedback from friends and family that have read it. Which, yeah, I said family. It was awkward at first, but now I don't really care. I did get a lot of positive feedback for it, and I was, pretty shocked that I did. And a lot of people were asking, are you going to write another one? And I do have 2 other books that I've been working on for the past couple of years. I haven't really touched them since I moved. So I will probably get back into writing at some point. Don't worry, it's not going to be like you guys watching me, write my book while you listen to music or something. But I will get back into it eventually. I have to be in a certain mindset to write. And I know a few of my subscribers, when I first started doing lives, a few of my subscribers had bought the book. At least I think one of them did. I think Tammy did. Tammy Heiler. She's one of my awesome subscribers. And she asked, do you care if I read it? I'm like, nope. I'm not embarrassed of the book. I'm actually very proud of the book. I never remember about it because it was so long ago since I published it that I don't think about it anymore. And Ellen gone off my meds, yeah, by the way, because she found out in a live chat that, I wrote a book. And she's like, hold up, why did I not know about this? And I'm like, oh yeah, did I forget to tell you about that? Yeah, I wrote a book. Because for those of you who don't know, she just finished up Ghost of a Chance. Can I just say, one, I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, awesome. Go back and watch the entire thing from start to finish. I plan on doing that, again this weekend because, I did it, I think, last week. I'm going to do it again. I don't care. Don't judge me and my life choices and what I choose to do with my time. So I'm going to go back and watch it again. But she was talking about the Alex Anderson lady, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I bought an autographed copy of the book, and the lady actually put some special notes in there for Mr. Coffee and some special little stickers, I guess. So I'm pretty excited to get that in. So when I do, I will, of course, let you guys know. I did get in a Diamond Art Club diamond painting, which I will unbox as soon as I feel up to it. Probably next week. I got it last week. Like, I think I got it Friday last week. No, I got it Saturday. I got it Saturday last week. And I was like, oh, I can't talk to unbox it. I will just leave it in the room. So it's literally just sitting in the room in a box, which I'm figure, at least in there, nothing's going to get to it. It's not going to get damaged. It's not, it's in its original packaging. It should be fine. So it's just sitting in there chilling. I figured if I ordered a rhinestone cottage type diamond painting from AliExpress back in December, and it still hasn't gotten here yet. It has been bouncing around China for the last 3 weeks. And it was shipped a month ago. Like, they shipped it out maybe 4 or 5 days after I ordered it. But it's still bouncing around China for some reason. And I'm hoping that it gets to at least the US here soon because, as I said earlier, AliExpress is doing that, hey, we're going on vacation for our New Year's now, so your stuff is going to essentially sit until we get back. So I'm trying not to place any orders. I'll probably place one more order on AliExpress this week when Mr. Coffee gets paid, but I have to get off to the post office to mail this box out to Rachel because at this point I'm beating the dogs off of it with a stick because they want to get into the ranch dressing. Why do dogs like ranch dressing? I don't know. That, and they seen the little animal cracker container, and they're like, ooh, look, animal crackers. So I need to get this box out to Rachel in Ireland so that she has her ranch dressing and animal crackers. It's a big thing of ranch dressing. It's a big thing of ranch dressing. She should be good for a while. I debated, too, because I was like, do I get fat-free? No, she's going to get all the fats. And there's a daisy. Hold on. on a second. I'll get her to stop. There we go. She stopped now. She's gonna go to bed. But either way, so yeah, so she she's gonna get a lot of ranch dressing. Let's just say that. So yeah, I was trying to order diamond painting pen from the Rich Crafts place because she swears by it. So I was like, I'll try them out. I kind of want one of the ones from the other place with the man and wife duo. Not Archer's Arts. Yeah, they're awesome too, but I don't think they make pins just yet. But I think they partner with these people. I already have a grinder and a tray. I'm good with what I got. I just want a pen, but I want one of the pens with the bumps in it. And I think I seen one of my other YouTubers, I think it was Karina's Cool Creations or someone. I don't think it was Laura. Laura Law's Corner or something. I don't think it was Laura. Laura's been, going on about those freaking koi fish. Laura, I promise I will get back to the koi fish. They're so boring. There's a lot of confetti, but it is so boring to work on. I don't know why, but it's literally just sitting over here folded on the couch because I just don't want to look at it. I did get some of it worked up, but not a whole lot because I haven't been feeling well. But I just can't bring myself to work on it because I don't really want to. So it's just been sitting over there chilling. But I wanted to get this finished because it's small and it's not going to take me much time. Like, I'll have this done today. Boom. Another diamond painting. The one cool thing, though, is I was talking to fellow YouTuber Stitcherista. And if you guys remember, a few weeks ago or last week or whenever it was, I did that tutorial and unboxing of that diamond tool, that straightener tool. And in the video, I said someone alert Stitcherista. Well, I did. I love Stitcherista. Why wouldn't I tell her? She loves partials, and so that's like a perfect tool for her. So I was like, I'm going to contact her. I probably won't hear back because, I don't know if anybody else thinks like me, but I have the celebrity thing in mind. So, like, anybody big name-wise, I'm just like, oh, God. And then my husband's like, yesterday, he's like, you're a big name now. And I'm like, no, I'm not a big name. He goes, are you ever going to think you're a big name? No. I'm just a normal person. These people are like the originals. Like, they're like the OGs of YouTube. And so I contacted Stitcherista and I was like, I told her when I made the video, I told her, hey, check out my last video. I don't mean to bother you if you're busy, but could you check out my last video? I think it has something in it that you might like. So she goes and watches it because, for you who don't remember or know, Stitcherista was actually my 100th subscriber. And what an honor that was. And then when she came on, like, I think Abstract Crafter used to be subscribed to me, but she's not anymore. I'm not sure why. But everything, Gwenny, Gone Off My Meds, Stitcherista, like, My Diamond Painting Addiction, I believe, is subscribed to me. Like, I have a lot of bigger names subscribed. One day I'll have Ella. One day. But for right now, I'm pretty happy with, the ones I do have on there. It's like collecting Pokemon. I'm like, I started off watching your channels and now you're subscribing to my channel. It's like meeting all your favorite celebrities all at once. It's really cool. And then every once in a while they'll pop into your chat like they're normal people. They're like, hi everybody. You can't just come in here and say hi. You're a celebrity. Like, I feel like asking them for like their autograph or something. Like, you think Wendy would be weird if I'd be like, hey, can you send me an autograph? Like, I think I'm going to send her some scratch art books because in my little break, I was watching her video that she posted last night. I didn't get a chance to watch it last night, so I saved it for this morning so I had something to watch. And she tried to do scratch art by herself. Like, she tried to make one, and it didn't work. But I did find something on Pinterest that after I'm done making this video, I'm going to send to her on how to make your own scratch art. And if she can do it, that's awesome. If she can't, I'll just probably end up sending her the books anyways. But I was so happy to see that she got her Queen CD because, again, if you don't know, Wendy, with all the struggles and everything else that she's going through, she had to sell her car. which on the outside and to us, it might look like, oh, she sold her car. She doesn't seem too affected by it. Imagine going from a household that everybody had their own car to go into a household where you're missing one of the cars for one of the people. So she's without her car, but I remember watching the video of like right after she sold it and hearing her say that she left the CD in her car, her Queen CD. And for those of you who don't know, Wendy loves Queen. And I could hear the pain in her voice when she said she left it in there, because I could feel that she was remembering the CD and what happiness it did bring to her, and I felt so bad. And if you watch her channel, you see she gets a lot of fan mail, which is awesome. I get fan mail too. Corinna sent me a spoon. So yeah, so I noticed that through all the stuff that she was getting, I'm like, hold up, why didn't anybody try to replace her Queen CD? I'm like, it's something she really enjoyed. And for those of you who don't know, one of my favorite Gone Off My Meds videos is her Paint with Diamonds video. Right now I can't watch it because just right now thinking about it, I want to laugh so bad. That is the funniest video on the planet. And it's because of it's not because of what she went through with Paint with Diamonds. It's because of the reaction to it. And she played a lot of good Queen songs. And I was just like, where she probably has them downloaded on her computer. I'm like, if she does get a car back, or she is riding her husband's car, she can't take the computer into the car to jam out. So that's kind of messed up. So I had been sitting here for the longest time trying to figure out what exactly I could get her, because I don't mind getting her stuff, doing it all the time. It gets a little old. So when I do it, I want it to be meaningful. I don't want to just randomly buy her a bunch of stuff. So I like it to have some kind of meaning. And so I was like, I had been looking for it for a while, and I couldn't find it. And I didn't know what disc it was, and without giving away the surprise, I was like, how do I get her this disc? Sorry about that. It was Mr. Coffee checking on me and getting out of bed to go start his day. He has to go work on a project for work. They apparently have some kind of weird chili cook-off every year. And because he's an artist, he draws up the decorations for them. So he has to go do that today. But he's just going out to the garage. So yes, my apartment comes with a 2-car garage, which is awesome. That's why I like living out here. So yeah, so I don't remember what I was talking about exactly, but anyways. So let's see, what else fun stuff happened while I was sick. I was sick. That's not fun though. It was weird the way I got sick too, because that day I felt fine. I did the random live on Thursday. I felt it coming on, which is why I did the live, because I had a bad feeling that I wasn't going to be able to make it to Friday's live. And then I felt so bad because everybody was, asking where it was live, and they missed live, and I felt bad, but I'm like, I have to take care of myself. I know it's important to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. At least that's what Ella tells me every time I watch her videos, so I tend to listen to her. So, I'm sitting there the next morning. I go to wake up Friday morning, and I literally go to say good morning to Orion, because when I wake up, my usual routine is to get up, get dressed, get the kids up, get them dressed, and then head out the door with the dogs, drop the kids off, and then take the dogs to the dog park to go to the bathroom, come back home, and then start my day. Well, I'm sitting there, and I go to wake up, and of course I'm not talking to myself whenever I wake up, and my throat didn't hurt. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, let's have this 5-minute. I have to wake up an extra 5 minutes earlier than I need to, just to have that conversation about putting on pants with myself. Like, okay, we got to put these pants on. The struggle is real. We don't want to, but we've got to. It's cold outside. You need these pants. And right now, because it's so cold, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, now you got to put on not only pants, but you got to put long johns underneath them. Like, I feel like I'm from like the Oregon Trail days or something with freaking long johns on underneath my clothes, but it's so cold out here without them, you'll just freeze to death and die. So I was like, okay, I got to get the long johns on, and then I got to put pants on. Two struggles I don't want to have today, but I got to have them. I have this conversation with myself every day. So I'm sitting there and having this conversation with myself, and I don't want to put on the pants, but I got to put on the pants. Everybody has their own mental struggles. Right now, that's mine. Don't judge mine, because mine aren't like yours. So I get dressed. I go to say good morning to Orion, and I went to go say good morning, and nothing came out. And I was like, is my brain not working today? Okay. So then again, I go, I try to say good morning, and nothing would come out. And I'm like, what in the world? So then I try screaming, and that hurt. And I was like, what happened? What's going on? Literally, not even a squeak would come out. I could not speak. And I was like, okay. And I always, when stuff like this happens, I always hear my dad's voice in my head, and this is God's way of telling you need to start listening more. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go over to Orion's bed, I get him up, and of course I put that away, and I have all those L's right there. Jeez. Anyways, so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I can't talk. So I'm trying to motion to the kids, and they're looking at me like I have 3 eyes, and I'm getting mad because they're looking at me like I have 3 eyes instead of getting dressed. And then when I was able to finally get something to come out, it sounded like a prepubescent child going through puberty, and Orion's just like, Mommy, you sound like a grandma. Okay, Orion, please get dressed. And so then Maggie's looking at me all funny, and she's like, Mommy, will you help me put my pants on? And I was like, I sure will. And she's like, Mommy, are you crying? And I can't fuss at them because I literally have like no voice, and a little bit of voice I do have at this point after 20 minutes of being awake. I don't want to waste it yelling. So I'm like, just get dressed. And so it's been kind of good, though, because it's been helping Maggie learn how to read, because then when I need something, I have to write it down, because I have no voice, so I can't talk, so I have to write it down. So I'm writing it down, and they're like, Orion will read what Maggie can't, and he's just like, okay, well, Mommy needs this, or Mommy says stop doing this, or Maggie will be like, I can read it. Mommy says go eat tacos, and I'm like, that is not. And I'm like looking at the notepad, like, did I write that? Like, kids will make you think you're dumb. And my kids at this point are smarter than I am, so yeah. I went to go fuss at them, or not really fuss at them. I went to go tell them to go to bed. Yesterday actually, and they decided they were having an electronic free day. It's Tuesday, electronic free day. Because they're on their electronics so much already with YouTube and Orion playing his video games that they have to have an electronic free day where they can't get on their electronics. I'm one of those moms that, they have like tablets, but all they have on there is educational games, and they have video games, but a lot of them are like creative games like Minecraft or Super Mario, where you have to solve puzzles. Something that's gonna like where they can play it, they're learning problem solving skills or being creative. I don't like them playing stupid little games. Like now, Orion has started playing Fortnite, which it is what it is. He's made me watch him a few times play it, and it doesn't look too bad. And then Crafting with Christy was like, I got Fortnite. I'm like, oh sweet Lord. Love Crafting with Christy. She is hilarious. She also has a channel here on YouTube you can go check out. So there's probably, I'm trying to get this diamond out of here so I can put this one L that I missed there. All right, so yeah, so they have like an electronic free day. So they're in the room, and I hear them just giggling and laughing, having a good old time. They do get along pretty well, especially when there's no electronics involved. So, not that they have to fight over anything. Orion has an Xbox One in his room, and then Maggie has a Wii U in her room. So they can essentially play whenever they feel like it. They just really don't. Orion will, and usually he plays with, a couple of his friends online, one being one of the YouTubers I call Jin Jin, one usually being her son, but for some reason her son hasn't been available to play lately, so Orion's been all upset and beside himself because why won't he play with me? And I'm like, Orion, I don't know. So he'll be like, well, Mom, will you come watch me? And I'm like, I can do that because, I don't need to talk to watch. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching him play this game, and I'm like, he has like this angry little gingerbread man sticking out of his backpack, and I'm like, what's up with the angry gingerbread man? And he goes, Mom, I don't have time to read that right now. Oh, well, my bad, jerk. Anyways, so yeah, so last night, again, we're jumping topics here, people. Keep it up. So last night, I decided, they have electronic free night. Let's go see what they're laughing and giggling about, because most of the time they don't have that much fun on electronic free night. I go in there and they're playing school. Now, for those of you who don't know, my son's some kind of weird math genius for some reason. He's in 2nd grade, but he can do like 7th to 8th grade math. So he's kind of in an advanced class. I mean, he found a book in a gift. He found a mistake in a gifted book that he got for his birthday, and they, gave him acknowledgement and a check for finding the mistake. But he's one of those weird math kids, and I'm not good at math, so he didn't get it from me. He got it from his dad, obviously, because I suck at math. Unless it has a dollar sign in front of it, don't ask me no math problems. You give me anything with numbers or statistics, no thank you. So I go into the room last night, and they're laughing and giggling, having a good old time, and I'm thinking, okay, they're probably in there jumping on their mattresses. What are they doing? And I go in, I just kind of peek around the corner, and apparently they were playing school. Now, Maggie is in kindergarten. Orion is in 2nd grade. Can you guess who the teacher was? Yep, that's right, Maggie. Because she has so much to teach Orion about life and, what it entails so far. So she's the teacher, and she gives him a math problem. And it was something like 2.1 plus 3.5. He gets it wrong. Somehow he gets it wrong. And I don't know if he was doing it on purpose or not. And she's like, no, that's wrong. This is the answer. And she gives him the answer. So I come back out to Mr. Coffee, and I'm like, hey, what's this plus this? And he's like, it's this. Okay. So your daughter's some kind of weird freak of nature too, because she just got it right and Orion got it wrong. He goes, what? So we go peek around the corner again, and she's giving him math problems. And for the most part, he's getting most of them right. But some of them he was getting wrong, which is fine. It was just hilarious that, his baby sister is the one getting them right. And she's in kindergarten. This girl barely speaks English, but she can do a math problem. Don't worry, she's in speech. But I'm just like, what's happening here at this point? Everybody in my house is smarter than me, and I'm outnumbered now because they can do math problems to defeat me like an evil villain. So I'm a little scared. So for any of you who understand this struggle, let me know, because kids nowadays are scary as it is, let alone when they're smarter than you. Like I'm expecting my son to come out and like tell me how he can rearrange the tax reform to make it work for everyone. It's weird. Not saying that I didn't know they were going to be smart, because I knew they were going to be smart. Their father's smart. He graduated high school like 16 or something. But it's just weird to me because they are really, really smart kids. And it's like, I don't know how to take care of smart kids. Not that Minna wasn't smart, because Minna is smart too. She's just as smart as they are. And she gets it from her dad. Like, for you guys who know me, I'm Southern. I'm from South Carolina. I'm from St. Matthews, South Carolina, actually. I wasn't born and raised there, but I was raised there. And I was born in Washington. Military family. And so I don't speak always correct English, and I say a lot of off the wall things like, what's that got to do with the price of cheese or good gravy, which was hilarious because one of my subscribers was like, I find myself saying good gravy all the time now, and I'm like, that's great. So Minna will correct me, and I get so mad because I can see her father coming out in her. I'm like, stop. Not that I hate her dad. I mean, he was a piece of garbage when we were together, but he's a cool guy. But I can hear her dad in her, and I'm like, will you please, for the love of all that is holy, will you please stop correcting my English? She goes, that's not even really English. She goes, I can't even say that's broken English. I'm not even sure what that is. Is that what you consider Ebonics? You know what, Minna, go sit down. Go sit down. It's okay. Go sit down before mommy sits you down. It's one of those things. So it's weird having smart kids because you got to figure out, how to keep their brain going. And one of the ways to do it is by playing games, which doesn't necessarily have to all be like electronics. It could be card games or anything like that. Like, you want to constantly keep their mind stimulated or they get bored very easily. So in the one aspect, I have smart kids. That's an awesome thing. The other aspect, you constantly have to entertain them or they get bored and get into stuff. Like Orion trying to tear apart stuff to see how it works. He's going to be an engineer. I can smell it now. I can smell the soldering wires now. He's going to be an engineer. But he loves the fact that I do a YouTube channel, and he'll ask me every couple of days, Mommy, how many subscribers do you have? And I'll tell him. So this morning when I woke up, I was feeling like crap this morning because of all the hooting and hollering from yesterday. And one of the first things he usually asks me in the morning is, Mommy, how many subscribers are you at? And I'm like, okay, so I didn't get any weird messages because I think Friday, Rachel Ray messaged me and she's like, you hit 900. And I was like, yay, I'm going to go back to sleep now. Not that I wasn't excited, because I was, but I was sick. I was so sick. And so I didn't get any weird messages last night. So I'm like, okay, I didn't hit 2,000. And sorry, vape rig. Excuse me. Having all kinds of technical difficulties over here today, but you want a whipping chat? I'm giving you a whipping chat. We're gonna whip it up. But yeah, so it's just, I don't know, it's just weird having smart kids and trying to figure out what to do with them and how to keep them constantly entertained, because if you don't, they'll tear up stuff. And Orion's getting to that point now where he's asking questions a lot, and he wants to start streaming his video games. He's like, maybe I can be like you, Mommy, and stream. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, because all you watch now is craft videos. He goes, just like me, I watch game videos. And I was like, yeah. He goes, so maybe I can start streaming. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Not right now. I'm like, we don't have the bandwidth. There can only be one. So I told him when he gets a little bit older, maybe. Because I'm not ready to subject him to the harsh world just that fast. I mean, yeah, he's turning 8 here on the 11th of February. So, in a way, I'm like, he's getting to be to that age, and there's a lot of kids out there that have YouTube channels, but it'd be one of those things where I would have to read his comments and approve them before they go and be seen by him, because I don't want a troll coming out and hurting his feelings, because, we all know all too well about trolls. So I don't want the trolls to come out and hurt his feelings. And then I laugh because I hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, and I'm waiting for my trolls to essentially come out, because what they like to do is right before I hit a milestone, they'll unsubscribe and then resubscribe. Unsubscribe and then resubscribe. They do that with every milestone. So lately they had to have been really busy, because I went from 400 or 500 subscribers at the end of December to, by the 22nd of January, or whatever today's date is, by whatever date in January, I'm already up to 1,000 subscribers. So they've been pretty busy. Between thumbs downs and unsubbing and resubbing, yeah. So every time I get close to like a new milestone, so say it's like 600 or 700, they'll unsubscribe and then resubscribe, unsubscribe and resubscribe. And I know who it is, and I actually caught one of them in a live chat trying to peddle one of those cotton canvas things to one of the other YouTubers, and I'm a moderator for her live chat. Can you only imagine me as a moderator? And I didn't say nothing at first. I just sat and listened, and I was like, because it's not my chat, and I can't just go in here gung-ho and just start deleting people out of chat and blocking people because they say something I don't like. If she doesn't mind it, then I'm not going to sit there and ruin her live chat. But this troll that I know is on my page and watches my channels, and her friend like to subscribe and unsubscribe, you know, she said hi, and I was like, hello. And she was just kind of like, you know, trying to be nice. And she goes, you did a really good tutorial on how to diamond paint. I'm like, thanks. I'm like, the funny thing is, I'm shocked I didn't get the 2 thumbs down I normally get on my videos. The trolls must be too tired from all the subscribers I recently gained. And she goes, the past is in the past. And I was like, yes, the past is in the past. Where it is forgiven, it is not forgotten. And all of a sudden, you know, she had to leave the chat because she didn't want to be bothered anymore with it. I'm like, if you're going to troll somebody and then they find out who you are and you can't sit there and deal with the consequences, then maybe you suck at being a troll. How about that? Because for anyone to go on somebody else's channel after all the hard work they put into their channel and have something negative to say, how about you keep it to yourself and keep moving? Like, why do you feel you need to voice your opinion on everything? Like, not everybody's going to share your opinion and outlook on everything, so you don't have to, you know, come button in with your 2 cents. Like, nobody asked for it. You know, take your grimy change and go. So it was nice to finally give one of my trolls the what to, because I don't hold grudges towards people like that, because they don't know me and they're spending their time thinking about me more than I'm thinking about them. So that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. You gotta look at the positive side of things, people, not the negative. So was it number 11 for H? 17. See, I almost did it again. So yeah, so I did get to do that. But then shortly, like right after she left, I noticed my subscribers went down by 2 again. And I wasn't at a milestone at that point. But I noticed my subscribers went down by 2 again. And then I had 2 thumbs down on that video. And I was like, yep, there they are. So, So it was just nice. Hold on. Sorry. Doggy boofing. People walk by the house and Daisy starts boofing. But yeah, so it was just nice to be able to confront someone who likes to be a cyber bully for no reason. But I don't condone violence unless it's from your words. I mean, if you want to burn people with your words, burn them all day. Burn them like herpes. So, what else fun stuff happened? So yeah, I was telling you guys about Stitcherista and I completely stopped. I probably went through one of those pauses. But yeah, I did contact Stitcherista about the little tool for diamond painting for the partials. She ordered one and she has a video going up on Friday. And she messaged me and she's like, oh, hey, by the way, you know, I got my tool in and I did my video and I went ahead and shouted you out and linked your pages. I hope that's okay. And I'm like, yeah, are you kidding me? Sure. You know, when I started crafting, essentially when I started getting back into cross stitch, there was 3 names that came up. Gone Off My Meds was one. Stitcherista was another one. And then I don't know why Kicking Cancer's Button diamond painting came up, because she was diamond painting and not cross stitching. And I don't think Gone Off My Meds has any cross stitching videos up either, but for some reason her name came up too. And then when Stitcherista started diamond painting, I started diamond painting, and I was like, you know, okay, I'm going to try this. And even though, like everybody else, I saw it and I was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. It happened. It happened hardcore. And as you can tell, I'm still sick because I'm going slower than molasses in a snowstorm right now. That, and I'm making a lot of stupid errors. My brain is only functioning on half capacity today. But yeah, so essentially I got started into diamond painting because of Stitcherista. So to have her even acknowledge the fact that I exist, I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Another one of those, famous people in my head. Whereas she's just trying to live her everyday life. So if you watch the Teresa channel, you'll hear her say something about the tool, and then she'll say about linking my channel, and I'm like, totally do that. That's awesome. So I was pretty happy about that. And then like the whole ambassador for the Dreamer Design place, it's been really good. And it's funny because right at my prime, like right when all the subscribers just start pouring in for no reason, is when I get sick. And I'm like, of course, I missed a live. I missed so much being sick. Like I feel like I set myself back, which I know I didn't, but it feels like I did, and I feel like I should have just pushed myself to do it, but I literally had no voice, and there was no words coming out of my mouth at least for the last 3-4 days. So today's the first time I've actually been able to form a full sentence without sounding all squeaky and weird, and as you can tell from hearing my voice, it's a little bit raspy still. Which is why I keep taking the breaks too, is because I need to take a break to take a drink of water or my tea or go to the bathroom or live my life. Let me live my life, people. So I manage it by taking short breaks. So don't worry. I will be having my live session this weekend. So if you are available Friday evening, we have and you're new, again, welcome. We have what I like to call the After Hours Crafters Lounge, and it's from 9 until whenever I get tired of talking, which is never. But eventually I will have to go to sleep, and Mr. Coffee will be here monitoring me again, so I probably won't be able to stay on super duper long like I did last time I was live on a Friday, but I'll be able to be on for my normal amount of time. I do have to rest my voice a little bit, so like even after I finish this today, I will have to which I was going to time lapse the rest of what I don't finish. But then I was like, y'all got enough time lapses for this week. Y'all don't need any more time lapses. Y'all need time lapses like you need a new craft, right? Right. So I figured I'll time lapse the end of it when I'm getting close to the end. But other than that, why are you backwards? Get your life together. But other than that, I'll end up, just finishing the majority of it, and then when I get up there, I'll do the time lapse to finish it like I normally do. I love doing that part. That's like one of my favorite parts when I finish a diamond painting, is that last final time lapse. And I try to give you guys some whipping chats, which is why I'm doing a whipping chat instead of a live. I can't do a live because reading the messages and trying to say what I have to say, I don't think I'm fully functional today, but like I said, give it a few more days rest and I should be fine. Also, that's the other thing I meant to say. If you were in my last live chat, you would have heard I had a subscriber request. And the request was that because I'm donating half the proceeds from my pens to Wendy, and I had a subscriber contest going on for hitting 500 subscribers. But you guys completely blew that out of the water. I gained another 500 subscribers in less than a month. So again, I am so appreciative of that. And don't worry, I did not forget about you guys. With me being sick, I had a lot of time to think, and I listened to the subscriber and their request and decided that I was going to cancel the $500 subscriber giveaway. The reasoning being is because I'm donating that $50 from Miss Crochet and Coffee's channel to Gone Off My Meds. So it's essentially like each and every one of you had a part in giving her part of your donation. So that $50 gift card, I think she'd rather have the cash than the gift card, so we're just going to give the cash. I'm going to PayPal her $50 on Friday. I'll send a picture. I'll put it up in the group. If you're not already a part of our group, please feel free to come join us. We're over at Crafters Anonymous with Miss Crochet and Coffee. You do have to answer 2 questions to get in. If you don't answer them, I will decline your request. I am the only admin, so I will see it. So you need to answer the 2 questions to join. Believe me, they're stupid easy, like how long have you been crafting and can you follow rules? If you can't follow the first rule of answering the 2 questions, then I don't really need you in the group, but everybody and all are welcome. So I decided, yes, we are going to donate the $50 from the 500 subscriber giveaway to Wendy from Gone Off My Meds. And then what I decided to do is do a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Now, in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, I was going to have them just continue to comment on that last Wip Chat that I did, but it's not fair to the people that are newer to the channel. Because a lot of the same people will comment on videos, which is perfectly fine. I love seeing the comments. I love, interacting with you guys, which is why I try to do as much as I can. With that said, I want to open it up to everybody. I want everybody to have their fair shot. So this is going to be the 1,000 subscriber giveaway video. If you've made it this far, congratulations, and thank you for watching my videos and legitimately watching it the full way through. Now, I'm going to end it here in about 20 minutes, but just for right now, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. So for this giveaway, all you have to do is put down in the description box, or not you can't write in the description box, you have to write in the comments. Jeez, I don't know. What can I make you guys write in the description box? It's gotta be something funny. Oh. No, that's stupid. How about you tell me what your favorite diamond painting was that you did? Or no. Okay, we'll do it like this. You can either tell me what your favorite diamond painting was that you did, or you can tell me what is one of your other favorite crafts to do. So it's your choice. Just, it has to be craft related, obviously. Like, you can't be like, I love making the silicone for dildos or something. Like, you can't be putting stuff like that in there. That's highly electronically inappropriate. So what was your favorite diamond painting to do? Or what is one of your other favorite crafts to do? Or do both. I don't give a crap. YouTube random comment picker will pick the winner. I'm going to leave this up for 2 weeks. So not this Friday, but next Friday. Not this Friday coming up. 2 weeks from this Friday, I will pick the winner. And then that person will get a $50 gift card to AliExpress or Diamond Art Club. So I'll leave that decision up to you guys. Again, thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel, liking and commenting on my videos. I greatly appreciate it. I know I post often, and a lot of you love that. Some of you don't. If you don't, suck it up, buttercup. That's what I do. This is my life, and I do what I want. So yeah, let's get back to working on this. 25. What number did I need? You don't know. You didn't remember. Supposed to be helping me out here. But yeah, so I wanted to do that so that it was open and fair to everyone, because not everyone remembers about my giveaway. And where a lot of you did comment on there, and I do appreciate it. I thought about, joggling the idea of doing 2 winners and just doing a $25 gift certificate for both. But then I was like, that's just a lot of work, and yeah, no, because then what if somebody wins double? Which wouldn't be bad for them, but that's just a lot of work for me. So we're just going to do the one. It's going to be on here. You just comment, what's your favorite diamond painting to work on? Or no. Scratch that. I keep changing my mind. It's the cold. I'm telling you. It's the cold. It's affecting my brain. Comment if you won, would you want a Diamond Art Club gift card or an AliExpress gift card? That way, when you do win, I know which gift card I need to get. And just with the last contest, because I'm not going to have anybody coming on here to try to scam me out of my money, you will have to provide picture evidence to me in my email that you actually are a subscriber. And believe me, I don't know if you tried to subscribe right before, I don't know if you tried to subscribe right before your comment was picked, because it'll tell me. I do get notifications whenever I get subscribers. So yeah, so just imagine what my phone was doing that entire time I was sick, and then I couldn't talk to even be excited at the fact that I was getting so many subscribers all of a sudden. And of course, this contest will be open for any and everybody. So even if you live, in Ireland or Nova Scotia or something, you can still enter because I can give you a digital gift card, which is tremendously helpful for those who live overseas, because you guys get the bum end of the stick because of shipping and everything else. Because I already know that this box I'm going to be sending out to Rachel is going to cost me at least $100, and that's fine as long as she likes the ranch dressing and animal crackers. So yeah. So this week I will be having my live this Friday, because like I said, after a couple more days, I think I'll be fine. And even though I can't pause and take a break, I think by that time my voice should be fully functional again and loud and extra like you guys like. And like I tell like I tell a lot of the new subscribers that come on and say that they love the channel and everything else. Well, as long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep popping them out. So again, thank you guys so much. I am so appreciative. It's so crazy to me that 1,000 people want to listen to my weird and random stories, and I get really bad squirrel syndrome and just go from one tangent to the next, and somehow you guys continue to follow me. So you guys are like the smartest people on the planet. So thank you guys so much for being so supportive of my channel, so supportive of me, loving me and my family, where you haven't really met the kids too much. I mean, I guess there was that one night that Maggie got sick. Everybody kind of said hi to them. The fact that so far I haven't had any negative comments about, the kids or the dogs. And I actually had somebody who was like, don't apologize for your dogs. I'm like, oh, I don't anymore. When I first started, I did. But that's only because, there was a YouTuber that put up a video stating that they don't like hearing noise in the background of videos. And I'm sorry, if I'm live, you're going to hear my life behind me happening. Like, my life doesn't pause for your convenience. So that's why if you come to the live, you'll hear, or if you rewatch the lives, you'll hear I give a disclaimer at the beginning of every one of my lives, and it essentially tells you that if you don't like noise in your videos or background noise or anything like that, then that's not the chat for you, because it has lots of noise. You hear me vaping on my vape rig, you hear me talking to my husband, you hear my husband playing his video game while he's sitting next to me, but we still have a good time. And I've never had anybody go, it's too distracting having your husband back there. Okay. Or I've never had anybody say, it's boring. And I felt bad because one of my YouTube friends, the Jinjin, she had someone tell her that it was something about a waste of time to watch her channel. And I told her, don't give them the fuel to irritate you. Don't show them that bothered you. Where, yeah, that takes a low, like, what kind of miserable person are you to go on somebody's channel and tell them it was a waste of time to watch their videos? She put all that hard work and effort into making the video, and you have something to say about it. So I told her, just let it go. I know it sucks, and I know it makes you paranoid every time you click record on that camera, but just let it go. I think she finally caught on to what I was trying to say to her. And I told her, I'm like, plus the next time somebody comes on your channel and says something about being boring and wasting their time, you just tell them, and I'm like, you don't even tell them that I said it. You just say, well, reading your comment was a waste of time, so I guess we're even now. And you just move on with your life. Like, you have to show these people that, their comments don't bother you. Wendy handled her troll in a good way, People act like people can't struggle just because they have, like, nice things. Wendy and her husband busted their butt to get to where they're at, to potentially lose it all. And people are like, oh, well, you have a nice pull. Yeah, I also got nice underwear. You think I should sell those too and become a hobo? Like, I'll never stop being amazed by the stupidity of people. But everybody's entitled to their own opinion about things. I try not to be judgmental, but then there's times like that where somebody's pouring their heart out, and the only thing you have to say is, oh, well, you have a nice pool. So what? You don't know the ins and outs of that pool. You don't know if it's nice. It could be a broken pool that just all it does is shine bright colors. Like, you don't know exactly what's happening with it, so... Sorry, guys. Mr. Coffee keeps coming in and interrupting me. He ain't trying to mind my business. Told me to go find some business and mind it. Either way, I probably should get off here. It's been a while. But I wanted to come on and say hi and let everybody know that I'm doing okay, and thank you for all the well wishes. And I will be having my live chat on Friday. So yeah, so don't forget to enter the giveaway, which you have to do since I made that as confusing as I possibly could. You're going to just comment down below AliExpress or Diamond Art Club. When you're chosen, I will ask you again just to make sure. And then, boom, you get a gift card, $50, all yours. My thank you to you. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not already a subscriber, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the little bell to be notified anytime I decide to randomly put up a video. This was kind of an odd video because I'm sick and I sound funny. I don't know if I sound normal to everybody else, but in my head I sound really funny. But then again, things in my head don't always appear to be the same as what's on the outside in the real world. Either way, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm tired now. All that talking made me tired. I knew I would explode with stories as soon as I was able to talk. I think you guys got plenty to do a whip and chat with. So again, thank you guys so much for everything. I greatly appreciate it. I love you all. I hope you all are having a great day. If you're not, well, have a great day or night or March 15th, whenever you're looking at this. I don't know. Either way, I'm going to go take a nap before Mr. Coffee comes back and yells at me for still being awake and talking. I will see you guys in the next video, which I think should be the finishing of this lovely lily pad with the lotus flower on it. So yes, as you can tell, I lost words there for like 30 seconds. My brain went dumb. Had a brain fart. I felt the steam come out of my ears. Either way, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, sorry. Bye.